A little bit more of my downtown view. It's hot out there. Just got back home. Watching the sons of Leopold vanquish America on the pitch. That was bad. Like, that was bad. What the goalie was doing, I don't know. Lights on or lights off. I don't know, man. The past 2 days have just kind of been a blur. An excess of libations and THC. That's for sure. Shit. But what I've decided is this. These are just video diaries, man. If no one watches it, it doesn't matter, because you know who will watch it? Me. Like, I watch all my shit. I said that before, like, I don't watch my videos normally. I just post it. It's true. After I finish recording, I just post it. But I always go back and watch them, because there's brilliance and wisdom embedded in these words. Doesn't matter if the man is drunk, high, or both. For there is one continuous thread that emanates from his cerebrum and converts into text that he writes and speaks. It's all wisdom. And if no one watches these videos, it's okay, because I'll watch them, because they mean something to me. Nonetheless, I can see by the paltry number of views on some of my longer videos. I mean, I know you don't have the time to watch every video that I post, and that's okay. You don't have to. What I say, what I write, may it last, may it reign throughout the halls of the hyper-reality of social media and the internet, until there is no more hyper-reality of the social media and the internet. And everything I say about Andrew Tate, the manosphere, no one in Trump, or MAGA, or the Democrats being able to out-debate me, like, may it live out there for eternity. Like everything that I say, everything that I write, I'll back up. And you'll never hear me saying this, oh, well, I didn't mean to say that about Andrew Tate. No. I mean, there's a meaning for everything. There's a purpose for everything. There's a purpose for everything that you do in life. There's a meaning for everything. There's a meaning for every video that I post. There's a meaning for every meme that gets posted on the hyper reality of social media, right? And that contributes to the hyper reality of social media in itself. Ends up affecting our own reality, right? So what exists in the internet ends up, transcending into our world, into our human world, because our reality here in the United States of America is not as bad. It's not as fucked up as exists on the internet. This country consists of mostly good people who just want to get along and move forward. This country isn't so hateful and divided as the hyper reality of the social media suggests, due to the algorithmic nature, which only furthers to polarize and divide the country, right? By creating bubbles of influence or bubbles of reality, right? And according to which narratives one subscribes to, that determines which particular bubble of reality one subscribes to, right? That's why you're either, Trump is the greatest president ever, God bless America, the communists are destroying us, or Trump is a fascist, MAGA is a cult, and right now this country sucks because of Trump. It just depends on what narratives you follow. That's it. It depends on who you seek out for information, for text, what news sources you follow, what texts you like to read, if you read at all, what 7-second clips get your most attention, which is sadly, how we're losing a grip on humanity right now. We're losing the grip on our own humanity because of the fact that the short attention span of the human, to get grabbed by this 7-second clip, and for that clip, for them to be dissected through reaction videos, and then the reaction videos to the reaction videos, reaction videos to the reaction videos of the reaction videos. I just said reaction a lot because that's a lot of what I saw on YouTube. Just reactions to situations, to little clips taken highly out of context So you take a clip taken entirely out of context and just create a vast plethora of narratives, right? That influence the hyper reality of the internet. If nobody watches this, I'll watch it. There is a summation of characters, words, syllables, paragraphs, chapters, books, etc. If you read the right amount of books, if you read enough text, including the text that I'm about to write, the secrets to dominating this world will come apparent and clear. If you're only willing to open up your mind enough to read, to explore your brain, explore the universe, and not allow yourself to be shut off by these crippling ideologies that tell us that the world is just this way. You know, the problems in America are because of the communists. The Cold War has been over since 1991. For Trump to say that is ridiculous, okay? And for the Democrats to blame everything on Trump is equally ridiculous, you know? Because this country, the state that we're in, is just as much the Democrats' fault as Trump. I'm not here to fucking take sides one way or another. I love America, okay? And I'm going to be critical of whoever is running our country when I see them doing bad. I was extremely critical of Biden and Harris. I was. You can ask anybody who knew me back then. Robert Somford, for instance, right? He agreed with me then. Yeah, you used to be smart. Yeah. He agreed with me when I was critical of the Democrats. But when I started criticizing Trump, oh, well, no. Then he had problems with it. He was my ideological sparring partner. That's why if you hear me mention the name Robert, that's what I'm referring to. He was my ideological sparring partner. However, since I started making these videos, I guess he realizes that he has no arguments. He can't back up when he's saying like my critique of MAGA. He can't answer it. My critique of USA imperialism, which needs to end, he can't answer it. So therefore, he just stopped responding. He stopped fighting. But it was important to have an ideological opponent, right, to refine my skills, so to speak. That's why I feel confident, because Robert Somford is actually very smart. I think he'd be a better debater than JD Vance personally. And Kirk. I think Kirk would have been solid, but you know I would have bested him. But what does that even mean? You know, to best somebody, right? Again, are these just the nonsensical ramblings of a brilliant, handsome man, or does what I say actually mean anything? There's a meaning for everything, right? There's a meaning for everything. What does that mean, in fact? Words, character, syllables that come from my mouth, the text that I'm going to write that will change the world. One day, what does it all mean? It means something, I can promise you that. Will I cut the video off now? Who knows? I don't know. I've got a single glass of wine left. Plenty of rum. And no beers. Yeah, but I need to go to bed, though, because the past 2 days have been a blur of excesses of libation and THC. All right, bye.